like sort of shitty.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
I think it's because I have to handle it.
Yeah, I
myself,
feel
you know.
Yeah,
which is fine. I'm cool with it, but it's sort of weird. I notice sometimes I whisper too. I gotta talk a little louder. I'm just giving myself excuses to just talk more. What the fuck? I talk a lot. Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's the Pshow time.
Pshow time.
Welcome to the Psycho Show. It's me, VJ, and Chaidez, back at you, full flex. Oh my god, I'm not even able to promote for the McCafe.
Well, I was gonna say, we're promoting too much right now.
Fuck this shit.
Budweiser last episode, fucking McDonald's and shit.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy. This would be like all the last 3 shows I've been drinking, even the one solo one.
Really, dude?
Yeah, because my car was in the shop.
No, that's right. So you're at the house all day.
Yeah, my tires are dry rotting literally out the fucking bottom of my car, like always. My car is literally always on the verge of death and whatever. And this is, this is actually like one of the things that I want to eventually get to. So, in my life, historically, since I've been driving at the ripe young age of 16, and not even right at 16, I took a few months, it was like 16 and a half.
I didn't start till 18.
Damn.
Well, I just didn't have a car, so it's like there was no point.
Well, see, I've had so many fucking car problems. Like, the craziest car problems. Not just like, car repair and stuff. Like, okay, let me see. This last car, the one I have now, I've had for a year and some change. A year and 3 months. The one before that, I had for like 2 years, okay? And then it died. Maybe 3. But for like a year that, because of the DUI, I couldn't drive it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so it was literally, I was driving it for like 2 years. So that's like the last 5 years of my life, okay? Then before that, let me think about how many cars I went through.
Yeah.
I had,
you had that green one.
No, that was the one that I had before. So these last 2, that was one of my more successful cars. And the one before that, which was this like Pontiac Sunfire. I mean, I was just buying stuff on Craigslist for like a couple thousand, just driving until they died. Classic Indian move, you know? Seriously.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a strong economical move too sometimes. Yeah,
I mean, I'm thinking next time I buy a car, I'll probably use a credit system just to build more credit or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just spread out payments. I don't know. But yeah, traditionally I was always like, save for future car problems because that's how bad my car issues were. I mean, that's where I even decided to start saving because it was like, no matter what, if you have a car, it's going to have problems. I touched on this before, like, I think cars are pieces of shit. Like, they just fucking break. And they're everyone thinks of them as an asset, but really they're a liability. Like, they cost you money. Gas, whatever.
Especially gas.
Yeah, gas, insurance, time, more repairs, whatever. So before these last 2 cars, I had a Sunfire for like 2 years. Then I had a Kia for like 2 months, 3 months. I had a Buick for like 6 months, which like...
How'd you like the Buick?
It was a sturdy car. I got it for a deal at $800. It was like a piece of shit, but it was like I was pulling like awesome tail then. But so the car really didn't matter, even though it was missing like a front panel. But I got sideswiped and I got crashed.
Wow.
But then I had a red car. My dad gave me a Honda Accord initially, and then I had a Suzuki, like...
Whoa, dude, I almost forget that they make cars. Suzuki.
Vehicle.
It's crazy.
A Suzuki, like, SUV. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. So that's 8 fucking cars. Wait, no, I'm missing one. No, that's it. This is the Kia.
I mean, that's still a lot, man.
Yeah, that's 8 cars.
How many years?
Since I was at 16. But then if you think before the last 5 years, That was 6 cars in 8 years.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the Honda and the Suzuki I had for a while. So the Honda, like, I got it for free. Literally, my dad got it for free. It had, like, a SUV engine in it. And, like, it was just whatever. Like, I off-roaded in it once behind my homies on his birthday and stuff. Like, a 1988 Honda Accord with, like, a Grand Vitara engine.
Yeah.
I was driving it, like, in the desert and somehow made it through. I remember the first time I put the pedal to the metal, my homie was behind me because we were testing it, and he's like, oh, yeah, flames were shooting out the back.
Wow.
So, I mean, one time...
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't know anything. I mean, my dad probably told me or didn't tell me, but I never knew what a fucking oil change was. So there were several times when that thing had no oil and was like, I would come up to a stoplight, not even noticing the smoke, and then the shit would blow up. Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Still drive it. Like, I just, I was pretty religious at those times, so I pretty much believed that, I wouldn't die. Or I was semi-invincible or some shit.
I mean, I still feel that way.
No, that's, well, anyway. So, that car, it just, it like one of those non-oil change times it died. And you'd think I learned about the oil change. I didn't. With the Suzuki SUV, I got that for my graduation. So
quinceañera.
Well, yeah, my quinceañera. I was a young Latino girl. I was waiting until the day that my whole family would reunite to cherish me again.
For my 16th.
For my 16th. Tequila was flowing, and so was my warm blood. As I realized adolescence and puberty were hitting me at the same time as I looked upon
the Rams.
Francisco across the way. He looked at me. He was 13.
Dude, some girl wanted me to be like. So when I was in high school, real quick, just segue.
Okay.
There was this girl who I was dating in high school, and she wanted me to be like her, whatever it is, chambelán to her, whatever, her quinceañera. And
what the fuck?
So basically, there's like a
chambelán?
word, some bullshit. I don't fucking speak Spanish because I'm a terrible Mexican, but yeah, she wanted me to be like the man that she goes to her 16th with, or whatever.
I think quinceañera is 15th, by the way.
Whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, 100%. But I turned her down because I didn't want to learn how to do the traditional Mexican dances and shit. And
well, you're a fact.
I know, bro. I was just into getting fucked up and like partying.
One time, alright, to segue from the car story, I'm at the Suzuki SUV, but I went to, I was homies with these dudes who I'm no longer homies with.
Yeah.
Back in high school, Mexican family. I know a decent amount of Spanish. Like, I know more Spanish than I know Tamil, which is my my Indian language, which I still know barely decently, but because they teach you Spanish here, and even in Kansas they taught us Spanish. So like now when I try to think of words in Tamil, trying to speak Tamil, Spanish words come out first.
Whoa.
So I'm more used to
That's cool.
I can understand what's spoken a lot more. So I went on a trip with these with this family to a quinceañera out in like Southern California. We're just listening to that.
Dude.
We were listening to that norteño, that crazy music. Is awesome. I was like, it's like one of the first trips. I was 17 when I started like breaking
racial boundaries.
No, just breaking. Like I would only listen to the music I liked. Only play the music I liked. You know, and then I was like, only classical music. And then I was like, maybe I should play some jazz. Only rap. It's like, my dad said some stuff like, hey, when you get older, your musical taste might change and then maybe get broader. But what you don't understand is the more music you know, the better musician you'll be, or the more your brain will be able to wrap new ideas together. And he's right, So, we went to Vegas. I had, allegedly fake IDs that we had made off of Adobe Photoshop, which worked forever. I was so confident. We had these things since I was like, since I was a freshman in high school, since I was 12, and we were going to like strip clubs.
I was gonna ask. That's where you
we would get alcohol sometimes. I think only Circle K back then would scan. We could go to any bars or anything except on Mill. Mill was the only place with black
lights and shit. Yeah.
And you know, that was like early 2000s, so we would go to strip clubs. Strip clubs to me are fucking boring. Like, I had a great time.
I've never been to one.
And you know, I'm going to Vegas in a few days here. I had a great time at a strip club in Vegas a couple years ago. That was like the only time in my life. Like, before that, I mean, I got that on my system early. It was nothing.
Right.
They're just fucking traps for money.
Yeah.
You know, so... But we'd have nothing to do at that age, and there was no like.
And it's probably super exciting at that age.
There's no like we had to make entertainment up,
right.
And so we're just like going in the city doing shit.
Okay.
So you know, I'm in Vegas. Like, everyone's checking my ID. My homie's not even with me, and I don't know what drinks are even popular. I know some beers. I'm ordering like Cosmopolitans in Vegas,
wow,
so everyone's quadruple checking my ID.
Yeah.
But they're like, alright, I mean, he has it, and they're just fucking giving me the shit, and I'll go away with like 2 martinis. What's the fuck a martini?
No, martinis are
Nigga,
probably
give
good,
me
yeah.
some scotch.
Give me
some shit. Like, I know now, like, what a fucking
yeah.
man drinks, but all of them were like confused. They're like,
I
wait,
think James Bond.
he doesn't seem to be acting too weird. Yeah, I was thinking James Bond. I'm the brown James Bond. That's one of my nicknames.
Yeah.
You know, in the nickname one, like, I have so many nicknames, dude. Kanye was one of my nicknames in high school. Brown James Bond's another one. That's a self-appointed nickname, but it sticks because there's at least one guy who keeps calling himself that, calling me that, and it's me. But so yeah, that was cool. And then we went to Vegas, and then we went to Southern Cali, and then that's when I had authentic margaritas. And I was like, oh man, this shit's actually good.
Fucking good as fuck.
You know, like, I don't know what's up, but you know, I've always been. I was definitely more. I'd forced myself to go from antisocial to social, because I realized that's the only way I could get the stuff that I wanted, you know? So I would just be like, fuck it. You know, even now, if I'm feeling shy, which is almost all the time when I'm going to places to meet some people, I just force myself to go meet them. Hey, what's up? What's cracking? Nice to meet you. You're looking amazing. I like you. That shirt is dope. Let me get a drink. I just throw it out there so I don't have, like, at any other time that I may be quiet or whatever, I'm not the quiet dude, I'm not the weird dude, I'm just being me. Because in reality, I'm thinking those things, why hold them back?
That's true.
You know, when I, like, even came into my own skin, probably around high school, that's when I realized I tried so hard to figure out how people got other people to like them and whatnot, and,
man, I never thought of shit like that, dude. That's so
I mean, I had to figure it out because I just needed a place to be sort of safe because I couldn't be an outcast at school, outcast at home. You know, I needed to figure something out. So in school was a better option with all sorts of random variables than in my house, which is a guarantee that's going to be terrible.
Right.
So, that's what I'm saying. I'm used to watching people, and I think a lot and very deeply about shit and how it affects things. So, you know, nothing is a guarantee, but, you know, you have to play by certain things to increase your chances of success. And one of them is, like, being bold definitely helps you win. And, like, in essence, I've learned that the people that are getting what they want, like, they just put it out there and they just go get it. And you're going to just get haters no matter what, but the worst thing is to not have anyone notice you. If you don't, to get what you need, you're just going to automatically get haters. The show causes haters, everything causes haters. You know what I'm saying? We're already dealing with situations here. We got haters, okay? You already, like,
it's true, though. I don't think of it.
You know what I'm saying?
That,
like, you think that you're isolated. No, it's not. So, you know, you just roll with it. You be bold and you go get that. Every now and then I got to go, you know, remind myself that. But we are where we are. I'm doing this because I'm bold, and we all have occasions when we're not, especially me. And I just try to focus because that's really the true way to go get it. So I was just out there at the quinceañera meeting people. Yeah, and it was awesome. Didn't even speak their language, but I was just 100%. Like, whatever, you know.
Well, that's what I was more worried about. Was like going there and being Mexican and not speaking Spanish. Like I was just gonna get hate from all the Mexican people.
They don't give a fuck.
I mean, they did back then, awesome. Dude. I don't know, man. Old school, like traditional Mexican people. If you don't speak Spanish and you're Mexican, they fucking frown upon that.
Just speak a little bit, man. Just say.
I mean, I can get around now.
Yeah, I go to a carniceria. I order tacos all the time. I say hola. I say. Gracias, and I say
tortillas.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
And I can speak more, and it sounds like I'm just saying bullshit, but it still brings a smile, and that's all that matters. I mean,
at least you're trying.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, whatever. So, We went to the quinceanera story. Okay, so going back to the original story of the Suzuki. So the Suzuki, this is one of the most awesome stories about how a car. I didn't have this car. Like, whatever happened with this one, the story I'm about to tell you with this one, like, was a big changing point in my life because, like, my dad had caught me doing some pretty crazy shit, hustling and shit, and he pretty much outcasted me only until like a couple years ago. He was like back to normal living.
That's crazy.
You know, and I was like, I don't know, like 19 or some shit, and really young. And just, you know, he just like, I was like the perfect kid, straight A's, all that, because, you know, I got the Suzuki for getting a full ride scholarship. My dad promised me that I would get any car of my choosing. I was thinking Lambos and shit, like I really understood money. Right. But he would have probably got me like a Benz or some shit originally, because for a while he had a little bit of money or some shit and would just keep paying it off. But the divorce just broke up my family. So I never wanted to go to ASU. I always told people in high school, that's the place I'd never go.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I went because it was the only one in the city I needed to be around. Like, I had to testify at my family's divorce shit. We had to go see, like, psychologists.
Wow.
And, yeah, they did all this shit, and they still made the completely wrong choice, which eventually CPS turned over. Like, you know, it's a complete tragedy. You know what I'm saying? What I mean complete tragedy, I mean, it's a tragedy how the whole system works, because I'm sure it's not just us. Like, it's just made to go against the dude. Even if you have all the kids saying this and, like, telling the truth, they'll believe
the mother's side.
Yeah, they'll believe some crazy far-fetched brainwash scenario over a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old or a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old telling you what the fuck is up. Yeah. And then again having to come in when they're 18 and 16 respectively and saying it again. And call me a minor in court and, like, try to detract from me. I'm like, dude, your defense is terrible. I'm 18. And you know this. Let's get it straight.
Not only that, but you can't judge all 16-year-olds the same, especially when certain situations can make, like, someone grow up really quick.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, shit, man. There's all sorts of crazy stories of kids doing plenty of adult stuff, whether it's making millions of dollars and building successful companies or fucking killing fucking... Dude, their family and shit. Like,
I wish I knew the power of the internet when I was 16, man. It's fucking crazy.
Well, it wasn't to the extent that it is now when we're younger. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're a little younger than me.
But a lot of people made their, like, millions then at that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
some of them even before
in my time, when I was 16, you would have had to know how to, like, program or really
make a really good website or something.
YouTube wasn't out when I was 16.
Yeah.
Facebook wasn't out when I was 16.
No, I was thinking more of, like, selling websites. Like, a lot of people...
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would have to been... I was going to say programming or way more, like, understanding those niche things, which I didn't. You know, my dad was sort of into it. He was a computer programmer for a little bit.
Wow.
But...
You think that's just all Indian people? They kind of dabble in computer programming?
A lot of them do. Maybe he just got hired for it and learned on the way. I mean,
that's what's up.
I mean, my dad, he, like... I think he has his PhD in agriculture, which is a common thing in India at that time. Came here, got a computer programming thing, then worked in fraud and finance. Like, he's all over the fucking board. I have no fucking idea. Yeah, I mean, like...
Still cool, though.
No, it's cool as fuck, but I'm like, I don't fucking get it. Now he, like, teaches a little bit and just trades stocks and just chills. So it's like, alright.
Yeah.
Do your thing. But, okay, the only story I can remember now is the SUV, yeah. So, I got it because I was a straight-A student. My super drug out of the year started in college, my second year in college. I just went straight into smoking weed, realized that the whole world, everything lied to us, and just went deep, way deeper. I didn't ever do meth. Didn't ever, like, shoot or smoke heroin, but I mean, I would take prescription pills. I've taken acid. I've taken a lot of shrooms. Yeah. I've taken a lot of fucking ecstasy and Molly, like shit that I thought I would never do.
That's one I've never done.
Because I was like, on the track to go be a doctor. Like, I had a breakdown when I was a kid once, because I knew how my life was structured. From a kid, I knew not only was my household situation a trap, but the way that they had projected it, that I was, and like I don't fail, even though I have failed, and I understand life a little bit better now. But that's like the mentality I have, even with anything. Like I don't fail with what it is, you know. Like I don't fail to make a podcast. I don't fail to make it like a pure stream of consciousness how we're feeling like at that time. Like it's, you know, I don't fail at really anything I decide to put my mind to. Even though you might, that's just, you will never succeed without that type of intensity and that type of thought. Like I really feel that. You have to really feel it. Build that killer instinct. But
too lazy.
Huh?
I was like, I'm too lazy. That's
well, I mean,
terrible.
if you're happy and you're doing your shit, do whatever you want.
I think there's a difference between like happiness and being content, though.
They're very closely related. I mean, if you're very content and you don't want things to change, you don't have to do anything different.
I mean, I feel you.
I'm just always like understanding that life takes its fucking changes. It like moves up and down and like back and forth, and sometimes you lose fucking cars and shit fucking happens. Like, man, and this Suzuki had the fucking craziest adventures. Like, dude, one time I got so fucking drunk I lost my car. Like, I parked it someplace, got a ride from the cops back to my place. I was like super young. Wow. Okay? Yeah. And then I knew that we had just moved out of the house that the cop dropped me at. But he didn't know. Yeah, so I made some bullshit story that I gotta go hop the fence because I don't want to wake up the dog or whatever. Yeah. And I thought he said, alright, just come out the front door so I can make sure you're okay. So I hopped the fence and I just dipped through the backyard towards the other fence. Dip off into the wash and I run. Yeah. This is so drunk, right? I mean, yeah. 7 miles back to the party. I run 3 miles opposite way. I'm jumping through houses and backyards, kicking dogs, all sorts of shit. I'm a fucking monster. Yeah. Right? And I run the wrong way and I run back up. I sneak through security because this is like a completely gated up security community. Wow. Just somehow make it up all the way up. Oh, security sort of catches me actually on the way up and they give me a ride. Wow. And I'm like, the party's still going on. Like this party that we're throwing at my homie's house. I left because I wanted to give like one of my best friends a ride back to his spot, but I like just got too drunk on the way back. And I was like, I got like it just all went down. But I made such quick time. I was in such shape like back then that I like got back. The party was like sort of shutting down. It was like 4 a.m, and then like I went and took my homie's car to go find my other car and like scratched it up against like a bush and then I just left it and I just came in when everyone was like trying to stop me. Like this is how crazy I used to be. I used to think I was like a good dude, but I would do some shit like this. Wow. Like that was insane. And so that's just one instance. My homie and I, we used to like smoke blunts in the car, and occasionally we'd drop something like a lighter or a full blunt that we haven't even smoked it because we were rolling before, and it would just be gone. Yeah, fucking into the abyss. Like it was a ghost. Like one time, this chick was arguing with me, and she threw my fucking CDs in the back, and I swear, like, this is the era of CDs. So CDs were like super valuable. Yeah. Especially when you destroyed and corrupted your computers and their memories with Kazaa or BearShare or LimeWire or whatever. You know, pre-torrent shit. Yeah. And I fucking forgot where the fuck I was going.
She threw the CDs in the back.
Oh yeah, she threw the fucking CDs, and these fucking like 50 of them disappeared. Wow. Like this car was just like, my homie would make fun of it saying that it was like haunted and shit. Wow. Like the other time, like my dad, like I was just so psycho. Like I was just smoking and drinking, and I busted my fucking tire on some curb, and then I looked and it was just so fucked up, and I had to, like, it was just all in this car. Like I would just do shit. One time I was driving on the wrong side of the road, just stupid, just psychopathic, like coming out of broken childhood shit, just like completely dumb shit, dude. Like shit I'm just like, I should have been dead. 50, like every time.
Especially drinking and driving, dude. That's
dude,
like
and I've done it like thousands of times. Like I don't. I'm very strictly now. I don't at all.
Yeah, I've done it once, and the whole way I got followed by a cop. He followed me all the way home, and I was like, "Well, I got lucky."
Wow. I never will. I'll just pay. Give me
Uber.
Uber. Like now that Uber and shit exists, it's so much easier, and self-driving cars exist. You guys are like just stay safe out there. Drink responsibly. Do not be like how I used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? The fuck, man. Fuck.
It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. And like, you know, just gotta be on top of it, and just know that, you know, you have the potential to be crazy. So just don't ever go there. Don't allow it. You know, small bits of liquor, a lot, several pounds of weed.
Several pounds. Yeah.
Right high. Get to my right high.
Fuck yeah. I mean, it's so weird though that like I'll fucking smoke hella bud and go drive, but I won't drink and drive. But it's so different, man. Just the way your body works, where your mentality is. Well, and as soon as I jump in a car, it's like I'm sober. But
yeah, I mean that's how it was back then. It's just things change. Your body changes. So this car, it was just crazy. Like, you would look at it in the day, and then you look at it at night, and so many people say this, it looked like two different colors. People are like, I thought your car was silver. Oh, I thought your car was brass. I thought your car was white. Like, what the fuck are you getting all this shit? Anyway, I'm at my homies. We're smoking up. We're at this shady-ass spot, his place. I mean, it doesn't seem that shady when you're in there, but it's in Mesa. Mesa, if you know Arizona that well, or like the Phoenix suburbs, is fucking shady.
Yeah, it's a little.
Everything there's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's like,
dude, I saw like you see like drug deals going down.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. The cops there have been known to be crazy. I think there was like a nationally like televised, like, or not televised, but a national incident where like a dude got choked out by the cops here or something and died, or got shot up. That happens here all the time, probably.
I believe it.
But it's also the second largest Mormon city in the world. People don't know that about Mesa.
I didn't know that.
Salt Lake and then Mesa, Arizona.
Wow.
You know, big chapter of Hells Angels. It's just a crazy area. And like, you go through it, Tempe and Mesa share a border, but as soon as you pass the border, you know. Tempe looks like a nice, semi-idyllic college town, sort of, and an Arizonan way, whatever that even means. Mm. You go to Mesa, you're straight
dude. You feel like it's so quick too.
Yeah,
down
you're
Main
like,
Street. You're just
why are these businesses all failing?
How are they?
You see a lot more gun stores and pawn shops.
And you're like, liquor stores going. You're like, why are there these plot of lands where no one can move, and how come there's so many prostitutes in broad daylight? And you're just like, oh, that's right. Mesa.
Mm-hmm. I used to date a girl that lived in Mesa, man. I used to hate going through there at night.
I used to live in Mesa for like a good 6 years, and that's when I mean, the cops just follow you if there's multiple people in your dark. Like, if it was me driving by myself, no issues normally. If I had anybody else of color with me driving, 100% of the time I've gotten stopped.
It's pretty shitty.
I don't know. I'm not saying that it happens that often, but it's like 100% of the time. Like the 7 times I was with homies. So I was like, damn. But I mean, you know, nothing happened, but it's still like, okay, what the fuck. But
it's racism.
Yeah, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. But this fucking why do we even go into Mesa?
You were talking about. Actually, that's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, where my car was at.
Oh,
so we're in Mesa. It doesn't seem that crazy, but now that I know the area especially better, it is sort of crazy.
Yeah.
It's like.
So were you jumping through backyards in Mesa?
No, that was in North Phoenix.
Even then that's still kind of risky.
Oh yeah, it's very risky.
Fuck yeah.
It was very risky, but we just happened to party at my homie's mansion. It wasn't like a weekend party; it was like a summer party. Mm. So I didn't give a shit. I was wearing basketball shorts and running shoes and long socks and just basketball gear. Yeah. So I was ready to run.
Yeah.
Like, I already knew the plan once, like, the cop looking out the back door. And, like, thank you so much. Like, what a sweet officer. And, like, I was a teenager, but, like, man, I was a crazy asshole. I was, like, 15, 16. Like, what a fucking idiot. Mm-hmm. I'm like a fucking... Oh, no, I had to be 16 because I was driving. Like, what a fucking idiot I am. I've been a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I'm just working on it. We're all sort of morons a little bit, but, you know, definitely. As long as we're improving and... man, self-driving cars, nigga. Just get there. Everything.
I think we talked about that last time, and I think we disagreed when we were talking about, like, disagreements with people and shit like that. But my thing is, man, I'll miss driving cars. Like, if everyone has to get on this fucking bandwagon of self-driving cars because it's safe, great. 100% I understand, and I think it's probably the best thing for us. But like, I don't know, man, I'll fucking miss just shifting a fucking manual, you know, car.
It might not be illegal to not drive them in your lifetime.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just talking when those cars are no longer on the road.
And that's a point to what you were saying. Like, some kids nowadays don't even fucking want to drive.
Yeah, like know? Kids, like, their parents want to put on an Uber. They can sort of track them easier. Yeah. The kids it's on their parents' credit card. They don't need to pay.
That's true.
It's a lot easier. It's more convenient, and you'll get a whole generation of younger kids and then adults who don't find the need to drive because they've never needed to. And in all honesty, it's more efficient. You gain the time that you would have to staring at the road and not dying while having someone else doing it, and you could do your homework. Dude, I mean, I could do literally probably all my social media stuff in the car rather than having to think of times in the day of like, shit, I haven't posted. Oh, what the fuck that? You know, like, I've always been thinking about getting my own driver. You know what I'm saying? Literally for like 10 years now. Whenever I got the money, I'd be like, that's the first thing I get. A bodyguard / driver. And then I'm like, oh shit, now I just need the bodyguard.
Yeah.
And fuck, I mean, I just might be just a homie, honestly. I'll probably just be a homie.
Some bad fucking Jackie Chan motherfucker.
Well, I know some pretty crazy dudes, but, you know, I'll just like I'll get them trained, or maybe they're already trained, and whatever the fuck. But,
that's crazy.
So I'm parked, and this is why I hate parking like I did here on the road. I really hate doing it. So what happened?
Dude, remember when that fucking car came flying around the corner and almost hit your car? Like, we were...
Just let me, like...
Sorry.
Yeah. And did you notice how I had no emotion about it?
Yeah.
Okay? It's because... let me get to it, okay?
Okay.
I deal and have dealt with just car problems primarily. You know? Now I have a certain criteria which requirements meet for me to even buy it. But these car problems, like... Most of my friends would be like, dude, you have the worst luck. Like, I literally would have the worst luck in everything. I would do all the right things and just get screwed. That's how my life has been. Like, I even, when I believed in, like, curses and shit, would, like, believe that my mom had, like, cursed me, because she would always tell me she would curse me. But I think it was, like, a subconscious inner dialogue.
Negative energy, man.
It's and it's like you're running this cycle of, like, I shouldn't make it, or I can't make it, or I'm not worthy of making it because of thoughts like that.
You're, like, defeating yourself.
The curses, you're defeating yourself, and that thing still exists, but I have to actively stay on top of it and beat it, you know? I think that's why, you know... when I drink or do some crazy shit, like that takes away my more logical side, which is pretty much just alcohol. I'll probably go more into that negative person, you know, because like it takes more active things to stay away from that. I never feel like that, but that's because I'm always just like actively doing stuff and thinking. Even in my chill time, like I'm just chilling, right? My brain is just processing stuff. So, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, that's the illogical, just like negative part that's happened because of whatever stresses occurred when I was a little younger, and however I decided to take that and internalize. Like I brush things off super quickly. But I take things very intensely personally at the same time. I do both. They're opposite, and this is why, like, my own nickname to myself is, like, the paradoxical nigga. Like, the paradox. I'd be like, how can I be so paradoxical? Like, I find money so important and completely unimportant.
Yeah.
You know, I do everything to get money, but I also do everything for happiness, right? And then it's like, you know, it's the same thing with, like, pretty much anything. A lot of times, like, I would feel that way, and that duality would cause me confusion. But, you know, the more research and the things you read, which I'm always trying to improve and learn, you know, these are thoughts that some people have, and they're not necessarily bad things. The things are what you do what you perform, not necessarily what you think. Because what you think, you always have to remember, it's just your lens on the current or past or whatever situation you're viewing. In reality, I mean, there's so many ways to view any situation. And I promise you this, there's no bad thing that happens to you without a good thing happening to you. All things inherently are not good or bad. That good or bad is literally the lens you're putting on top of it. I always say my childhood was bad, but nowadays I like to use this thing as harsh. Meaning, yeah, it was harsh. The law of the jungle was truly what it was, not even just in my household when I was in America, but I've lived in India, you know, in circumstances where my whole family is living on that type of, you know, vibe. So, you know, it's just, I mean, that's why I have this intensity, and so I say my childhood was harsh, but that intensity that I have is a good thing. These skills that I've procured at an early age are a good thing. Like, my ability to think and to focus and maybe even to converse are probably all primarily built on the fact that I was outcast early, pushed away, shunned to the side. I mean, we have no broadcasting experience, yet I think that we're getting better. It's easier to go longer, and it's not like we've ever, like, struggled. Like, it's, like I said, it's a stream of consciousness. This is literally how I think. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
And, so, I don't even know how we went from the Suzuki all the way to this tangent.
I don't know. It's all good.
But, oh yeah, I thought I was cursed, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so this is an example of it because people couldn't even believe what happened. Let me tell you what happened. Let me just break it down. This is actually a perfect time for this. Can we smoke a bowl?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, we'll do.
I'm gonna take a leak real quick then.
Seriously?
Yeah, bro. I mean,
bro, you want to hear the story?
I do, but I mean, if you're gonna, like, you know,
no, this has
balls
to
and
do with
shit.
the story.
Okay, well, give me like 10 seconds.
Okay, oh, you fucking asshole,
bro. What?
Dude, why don't you cut your bladder out? Okay, no. You cut your bladder. Right. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm just giving him a hard time. Like, niggas could piss. It's cool. It's cool. Of course. So, I mean, do you guys ever feel like you've been cursed? 'Cause unless you know some shit about magic or whatever that I don't know, you're probably not. You're really probably not. They're probably just some, like, I don't know. Not some. It's probably not. Like, it's probably more that someone told you something, and you played the negativity or whatever, or the positivity over and over in your head. Like, just as much as something is a curse, it's a blessing. It's what you take from it, you know? And if, just like everything is not inherently good or bad by its nature, it just is, then everything is a curse and a blessing. I mean, this life, like, we live this life, and it's everything we have, right? But in the essence, it's nothing. It's a small period of time on this little grain of sand that we call Earth, on the mighty expanse of the beach that is the universe. And does our time really even matter that much? Yeah, the light looks sort of fucked.
It's because I'm standing in front of the...
Well, I thought it looked... Here, take a seat. But...
Tell me, man.
You know, the thing is, you can feel saddened by the fact that life is so meaningless, but it's all you have. So, and essentially, it's all that fucking matters. And you should do you.
I feel like I missed something.
Well, yeah, I mean, you missed something because I wanted to go into this, but I had to fill up some time, and it just somehow my train of thought went into that.
I mean, a bunch of fucking excuses, man.
Alright, well, dude, you're the one with, like,
dude, I fucking drank a gallon of water, bro, all day. Like, I'd fucking kill it. Do I sound like a dolphin?
No, you sound like a goddamn Morse code. Yeah, you sound like a dolphin.
Whatever it is, dude.
Alright, all I'm saying is everything has a pro and a con. I was just going into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you know, having hair is awesome, right?
Sure.
But if you're bald, you know, you wouldn't have to worry about having hair.
I guess that's true.
You know? You just have to get some more head lotion.
Some more head lotion, some head cream.
Yeah.
Do you use, like, face cream? Like, face moisturizer? Just a question.
No, but I'm thinking I should, because I use moisturizer stuff for my skin, my body mostly. Sometimes I put a little bit of it on my face, but I could tell with just like the hair and stuff that I think it clogs my. That's funny. I was thinking about it. I'm going to get face wash and face lotion, and I'm about to turn 30. I don't know if dudes do this before. I know women are on top of this when they're like 10.
Yeah, some girl was telling me the other day that it's like face moisturizer is where it's at.
No, it really is. Like. I wash my face at night before I go, and I'm like, dude, it'd be so easy to have it here in the right thing. Something that doesn't dry my face out too much, but cleans it, like, thoroughly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry, I had to ask.
No, dude, it's cool.
I've been using that, like, I don't remember the brand of it, but I'll have to show you. It's pretty
good. So, props. For anyone who's watching the video, I brought props, okay?
Props.
So, this is back to the SUV story, asshole. So, I'm like this.
Yeah.
Me and my homie, we're in there. Past homie. See, back in the day, I was so intense. A lot of my homies who were my homies eventually became my enemies, so it's too crazy. Now they stay my homies because I keep it up front. I'm pretty crazy, but I'm very polite about it. Very ultra polite.
Yeah, I mean, you've never. Well,
I've never physically attacked you.
No, but we've never really had like a disagreement on something like.
No, I'm not very disagreeable. Even if I disagree with you, I'm like not even gonna make it a disagreeable like conversation.
You'll maybe hit me with some logic, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah. Logic is my right hand. Yeah. My hand with some Logic or Pro Tools.
Pro Tools and
Logic, get it?
The music software. Yeah.
Dude, I honestly wasn't.
I
wasn't even 100% sure if I pulled that off.
No, that's what.
Anyway, so. I was like this, we were chilling, everything is cool, a little hookah going, a little weed burning, and I'm like, yeah, so dude.
I'm confused, so this is back to the Suzuki story? Okay.
Back to the Suzuki story. Take a hit of some marijuanas. As I pass the bowl over to my other homie, who we'll nickname Marijuanas.
Yeah.
No, whatever. As I pass it to my homie, I hear the loudest bang ever. Boom! Like, I can't even make the noise. And, like, I'm sorry if I just blow your eardrums. There's impossible to make the noise of metal on metal destruction, like metal splitting open other metal instantly, like in several places due to extreme force. Like, I don't know, my mouth can't do it for sure. A parrot probably could, or a good beatboxer or whatever, but I heard it, and because I knew I was cursed, my head, as I got the bowl, as my homie gave me the bowl back after he was hitting it, and then it hit. He passed me the bowl, and I was like, that was my vehicle.
Damn.
And he went and rushed to the window. It was just like this. He looked out, and right where my car's parked was where my SUV was. And now it was about 25 feet down the road.
Wow.
By the way, I never parked without my parking brake. And this is an SUV, by the way.
Damn. So it must have been a big fucking truck or something, yeah? Or like a bus. A fucking dump truck.
We run out the front. Big ass old school Ford F-350.
Yeah.
Straight.
Wow.
Straight steel in the front.
It's a fucking brick, man.
Complete brick.
Yeah.
Is the dog alright?
Yeah, she's probably beating up the other dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're probably picking on each other.
And my car is pretty much torn in half. I see all the gas and everything leaking.
That sucks.
And I'm like, oh shit, the cops are gonna be here. And I have a ton of weed in the car. Like, I had like a little bit in there. I was like, I need to get that out.
Yeah.
And as I think that, the truck, which I expected them to get out, but not really, because I know it's sort of the hood, dips. Hits the gas as fast as possible, because they sort of like bounce off of it, and their shit was intact, and they dip.
Wow.
I tell my homie, I go to the car, I grabbed the shit, I tossed it to my homie, and then this meth head that lived next door had rode the bike, and he's like, they just ditched the truck right down the street. As you know, from my just past story of being a psychopath runner, I ran towards the situation to go find them.
That's scary, man.
I got to the truck, half the block down, probably in 10 seconds, okay? I rushed to look in to see it inside, ready to just, I don't even know what I was going to do. I was probably just going to, like, I think my reaction was to just knock someone out, because that's what I would have done probably then.
Yeah.
Just like fucking haymakers.
Throwing them.
Yeah, just throwing them. Because I was seeing red. And no one was in the car. I looked down, and there's blood on the sidewalk.
Oh, shit. Is that your blood?
No.
Oh, okay.
These dudes got fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, like they...
Oh, I guess that would make
sense. You could sort of
inside.
see, like, the skid marks of where they hit where my car was, and it's bouncing. Like,
Fuck.
they're probably, like, doing some drugs, or, like, fell asleep or some shit.
Drunk.
Yeah. And they dipped. Okay? While I'm looking at the car, 2 helicopters get launched in the air, and about like 6 squad cars come in dogs.
Whoa.
Helicopter lights all and shit on me. Okay?
Wow.
All these cops come up.
Yeah.
They're questioning me, guns drawn.
Whoa, that's scary. Man.
And they're like, "What? Who are you? What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "That was my car that got hit. I was here because this was the car that hit mine."
Trying to catch them?
Trying to catch them or whatever, because they just left it here and someone told me they were there. It took me, like, my English... I'm American, and except when I was 6, and a couple other times after that they came back from India where my English was maybe a little shaky, except when I was 6 when I completely forgot English when I came back.
Wow.
When I went to India and then I came back and I had to relearn English. I've never not known English, okay? And I picked it up probably in like 1 week.
Yeah.
I've never had an accent. I'm a goddamn citizen.
No green
goddamn
card.
American, motherfucker.
Yeah, I got a social security card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And none of these motherfuckers can understand me.
Wow. Do you think it's because just the situation? It was like
just the area, just whatever. They never found these bleeding fucking assholes who fled on foot with dogs. None of the cops found them.
Wow.
None of the helicopters found them. It ended up being 4 helicopters, because in Mesa they just bring the whole squad.
No, they probably have to, because, you know, they're...
Dude, there's so many issues. One,
yeah.
You know, I have this other...
Fuck.
One time my friend... Here, I've so many fucking funny ass stories, but, you know, like, they do what they do. And, like, they're doing their job. Like, I'm not blaming Mesa PD for anything, but when I was calling them to try to figure out what was going on, there was some sort of massive hiring and firing and regime change within the departments. And they fucking I could never get a hold of who I was supposed to talk to, so it ended up just being unsolved whatever case, because the car was registered to some like old grandma who obviously wasn't there, so it was like illegals, right?
Yeah.
There's like a Santa Maria like thing there, right?
Yeah.
And well, I'm assuming it's illegals because they couldn't figure out anything about the car. They couldn't.
Yeah, it was probably a stolen truck, or it was...
Or some shit, right? Yeah. So, anyway, my dad, after he had already caught me, like, you know, being some street hooligan, he was like, so he just kept thinking that people were out to get me. And I couldn't prove him wrong.
I mean, it doesn't.
Because so many things were happening to my cars and just stuff that I owned. And I knew a ton of people, and there had to be a certain amount of them who were trying to do some shit. And it was like heavy back then, you know?
That's crazy.
And, well, it was a lot heavier, I guess. I don't know what it's like now, but it was just a crazy time. He thought that, like, someone did that to, like, get at me, like, to seek revenge on me for something I did. Like, he went from thinking I was, like, the best kid, someone who's, like, a splitting image of him, to having no faith, no trust, didn't give a fuck. And
that's pretty harsh, man.
Huh?
That's pretty harsh.
Yeah, dude. It was harsh, and it was really sad because, like, all the stuff that I was doing, it wasn't because I was, like, that different a person. Our family was falling apart, and we had no money. My dad had opened credit lines even in our names and, like, destroyed our credit. We had no money. Our mom was just, like, milking us for everything. We're living in a 2-bedroom apartment. Me, my sister, my dad, and my sister's an adult, so she gets her own room. Me and my dad are splitting a bedroom and a closet, and this is like when I'm going to ASU.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that these are like super hard or crazy conditions.
Not,
we took it like whatever. It's nothing like compared to India.
Oh, okay.
But he had like no money. We had no leverage. We were just like floating around not knowing what the fuck. Right. My sister had to pay for school. I'm the only one. I'm just going to school. I didn't even value school. The shit was free, you know?
Yeah.
For me. I got paid. They paid me on top of my full ride. They paid me $1,000 every semester.
Wow.
So I would just like save that or use that, or I use a lot of it to buy a lot of these cars I'm fucking talking about. You know? So I got this Suzuki for free, but it got fucking totaled. And that was that. You know what I'm saying? I only had liability insurance on it too, by the way.
Fuck, dude.
So
tell me about
I got
that
nothing off of it because there was no other insurance to cover it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault,
had full
but
coverage.
it was an illegal car.
Yeah. Okay.
So there was no
insurance to bill.
No
So I was
cover
more of my
if
situation.
it was full coverage, they would have covered it.
Right.
But since it's liability, it would be on whatever the other insurance company can cover.
Right.
There's no other insurance company.
Right.
You're lost. So I went into the personal car buying game. $1,500 later, I have a red, like, I think it's a Buick too, actually. And about 700 miles later, its head gasket blows out, totaling the car.
Wow.
I get a Buick. Yeah, I get a Buick for $800, and it gets sideswiped, and I crash the car going 70 miles an hour. That was the first time my adult life I got knocked out. Didn't even realize the next day I got knocked out because there's no break in my memory. I had to logically break it down. I'm like, how did all these people surround the car that quickly?
That's scary, dude.
And they're like, oh my god, he's alive. You know? Like
fuck.
Yeah.
It's like that scene from Pulp Fiction.
Dude, and I walked it off. Like, I wasn't even sore. It was crazy. I could take such damage when I was younger. It was insane.
Mm.
Like, the one time when I was fucking sucker punch, like, I ate it like Terminator. Like, my glasses flew. But I ate it, like, I didn't even step back. The other dude shuddered in fear, and I grabbed his shirt, and he turned around in his shirt and ran out of it. Remember I told you that?
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Like,
dude.
ripped, because I was just, like,
terrified.
such on edge right there, like...
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. I just got hit in the face, dude. Yeah.
But I couldn't think. Like, I should have just punched him in the face, but I had to grab him because I just wanted to break, like, his eye orbital. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, break his eye.
Wow.
And I was like... It ended up alright, but in the beginning, I was just seeing only red, and that was actually the best example of how anger can help you, like true anger. There's a motivational anger that can sort of help you, but once it gets like you just doing whatever, it's just all bad. But so that's already 4 cars in my life gone, and I have the other one, so that leaves 3 more. Man, I get a Kia, all right.
Yeah.
I buy this Kia. First 20 miles driving it, clutch goes out. So I had to get a new clutch and transmission. Yeah. Classic. So I spent what I thought was $1,500 for the car, or $1,000 for the car first, and then immediately being like another $1,000.
Couple grand or something.
Yeah.
Dude, I had that with the Mazda that I had. Same fucking thing.
So this is like having a string of bad girlfriends and then no longer loving women anymore, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the same shit. Like, I think cars are just whatever.
Yeah.
So this happened, and then I'm like, okay, the car's fixed. It's all good. It should be fine, right?
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, chilling in my homie's house. I'm a little nervous. It's one of the first times I parked on the street again. Right?
Yeah.
I come outside, and someone has, like... I think it must have been, like, a truck or something with one of the, things that you could tow or whatever on the backside, like a little tow hitch.
Yeah. Oh, the little.
Yeah, and I think it reversed into my car.
Oh, shitty.
And left.
So do you think he was just trying to park?
So my car was able to drive. I was so angry. I was like, no way this happened again. But I had full coverage.
Oh, that's good.
But I was so angry, I just drove home and left the scene of the accident.
Because you're supposed to, like, stop.
So the insurance, like, they didn't... There's not much they could do.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't tell if it was like me that did something or whatever. Because I went like an impatient asshole, just wanted to get home on New Year's or on Christmas Eve. Just get not that it's like a huge holiday or whatever, but I just wanted to not even deal with it, and it was a very impulsive decision. Now, like even if I don't want to deal with it, if I know it's the right decision, I'll just eat it and just chill.
I have a question.
Yeah.
People in India, do they celebrate Christmas or no?
Nah.
Okay, I didn't think so.
The Christians do, I'm sure.
There's Christians in there? Really?
I'm sure. Yeah. When I was in India, I said the same thing that you said. I was like, what the fuck? There's Christians there?
Yeah,
there's like over 1 billion people there, so even if you have 1% of the population, it's 10 million.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like sort of a lot.
Yeah.
But
who spread Christianity? Was it the Romans?
Constantine is a Roman emperor who was the dude who started it, I think. He like started burning like Roman texts and then really pushed and promoted that.
Wow.
And I think that's what it is, at least. But
it's like what I kind of remember.
Yeah, it's something like that. So that car was totaled off of that, so I got a little check, but it was or something. I can't remember. I was just so angry and so disappointed in myself, and like, you know, see if this car gets hit right now, it's full coverage, and I'm not moving it.
That'd be some
and
shit.
Uber exists, so I could leave if I have to and come back. Like before, it was like sort of problematic, and I didn't like have any money and shit. Like I'd buy these cars and be like efficiently broke. Like I actually have one student loan, a small tiny one. Right. It was for buying a car.
Wow.
It was for buying the Sunfire, which was a car that I bought after the Kia, which I drove from 165,000 miles to 225,000 miles, which is like my most successful car mile-wise. And my the one after that tied it, so about 60,000 miles. Because I drove a lot, right? So, yeah. That one, the way that it died is also awesome. I went to the Brakes Plus on fucking... Oh, finally. I was going to do something about this and make like a whole letter about it, but then I got like arrested and I just was like, fuck it, I can't even deal with it or some shit. I can't remember what it was, but I fucking went to the fucking Brakes Plus on fucking Baseline and Country Club. You know where that is?
Yeah.
You know it's there on the corner?
No.
Alright. So it's there on the northeast corner, piece of shit. I went there, I knew I needed brakes. They told me I needed some way bigger brake job than I probably needed. I was there for an exorbitant amount of time. And I was like, I have a feeling they're fucking with my car because I could sort of see them. And they're like doing some shit under the hood or whatever. I don't know, right?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it though.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it either.
Yeah.
Anyway, I drive the car. And it's driving a little weird. But it's okay. And then out of nowhere, probably about like 2 hours later, like I drove, got food, drove again, was driving to my friends or driving to work or some shit, and transmission dies.
Damn.
And that car is done.
I wonder what they could have done, if anything, like drain the oil or something out of the transmission.
Well, the transmission I knew was fucked because, and this is a tip if you're buying used cars, don't ever buy a used car from someone you think was driving it excessively fast.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just hitting it pedal to the metal every time. Because it's too much jerking for the transmission. And if you're buying it with several tens of thousands of miles, let alone I bought it 165,000 miles, it's going to come with some issues because that person, even if you drive like that, is not going to drive with the same timing that you do.
Oh, that's true.
And that car and those computers are more specified for them, and those computers and whatever, it's like sort of broken in for the way that they drive. So even though it sounded really good, the one owner, when he quipped to me, I was just mashing this thing all the time. That should have been an indication, but I didn't know at that time. I thought it was like, oh, okay, for sure, it goes sort of fast, cool. It should have been an indication that it wasn't being taken care of, right? So yeah. But that's a little tip I'm telling people.
Well, it depends on like the kind of car. If it was like a manual car with a really good driver, depending on the car, I think it'd be okay if they were on it all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, if they're driving it just responsibly and not always mashing it, even if they mash it sometimes, it's okay. It says if you constantly mashing it, or if you're constantly driving it super slow. If you're constantly driving your car super slow, it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's what my godmother's car. She's got a Camaro, right? Yeah. But it's a manual, it's a 6-speed, but she drives it like an old Cadillac. Right. So when I get in and drive it, I have to get on it. Oh no, yeah. So you have to get on it and kind of push all that shit out or whatever it is. That's like making it run kind of groggy.
It's like a setting, okay? Yeah, it has computers and shit on it, and it's like optimizing its performance for whichever way it's been driven lately. Yeah. And I'm assuming the Camaro doesn't have 100,000 miles, probably not even 50.
Oh, right? Hers? Oh no, she drives a lot to work, so she's probably like 100.
Okay. So now it's starting to get really set in its ways. Yeah. You feel me? And it's getting to be like a car that's been used. Yeah. So now it probably shows more of that.
Dude, character. You can feel it when you just drive it. Yeah. Because I drive.
You probably try to get on the highway and then you're like, this is a fucking Camaro. What are you doing?
Yeah, what's going on?
Why are we having trouble getting to 75? Yeah.
It's not that bad, but it is pretty bad.
Well, I mean, the newer computers and shit I heard are a little bit more flexible.
A little lenient, yeah.
But
100%, though, I know what you're saying. Sorry, I just was...
My homie had a fucking Cobra, and he would mash it all the time. And then after a while, he could not drive it at street speed. He would have to mash it all the time. Like, he would be at a stoplight, he had to leave it in neutral, and then jam it into, like, it's probably second, and just mash on the gas, like, when they got, like, 20 feet of room.